everyone. Welcome to another night in Vietnam. We're starting off here in this back alley, but you would think a back alley would be kind of sketchy, right? Especially from other countries where you expect bad things to happen from movies and whatnot. Well, this back alley is special because there's so many restaurants. This place is amazing. It's won awards for the best pizza in Vietnam and it really stands its own even to top pizzerias in New York City like Grimaldi's. It's Tuesday, February 18th, 2025. The time is about 9:30 p.m. Temperature 79 Fahrenheit, 26 Celsius. And we're in District 1. I actually do not know what this area is called, but here's Google Maps for you. That's Ham 8 Le Tan Ton. My first time back here, and it was a shock to me to come back here and see all these restaurants. Granted, it is getting a little bit late in the night, so you won't see too many people out right now, especially because it's Tuesday. We'll even walk down here a little bit. I'll show you some of the spots over here. Got Japanese spot here, Mosaic Bar and Lounge. And only a handful of people in there tonight. Ito Ramen. Let's focus on this menu here so it's not so bright. How much are they charging for a bowl of ramen? Hakata Tonkatsu Ramen, 150,000 dong. When I was in Japan, I think I paid about $7 US. I don't know how much that was in Japanese yen, but this already seems less expensive than Japan. If you were to have like an equivalent bowl of ramen, maybe by like $1 or $2 if you use US money. But let's go out onto the streets of District 1. Hopefully I get some better signal on the main street. I think my connection was kind of dipping in and out there, especially during the intro. But I wanted to start off from where I was because I wanted to show you another ramen spot. Actually, we're not too far away from Little Japan. It's to the right, about a block or two. Down there is Little Japan, and this is a pretty lively street. I don't want to wander into Little Japan too much. It can end up being a dangerous area if I turn on the wrong corner. I'll be sure to turn before it gets too sketchy. There's Haagen-Dazs here. Tunnels. Yeah, eventually I think I could do a tour there. That'll be nice. Little Japan is a pretty happening place over here, as you can see. It's a pretty big hotel, the Lancaster Le Tartan. Oh, they even have a 7-Eleven. This area here. We'll head up this way. Stormzy, it's 79 Fahrenheit right now, 26 Celsius. Actually very comfortable. Head left back towards the Ho Chi Minh City Opera House and Nguyen Hue Street. like this is a local brewery, Heart of Darkness. Look, they even have weekday specials. Buy one, get one cocktails. Today's Tuesday, so it's buy one, get one taco. I just ate a pizza 4P, so I'm not in the mood for some food, but there's plenty of food around here. And the variety of international food is quite surprising because you have Italian there, and then you have Japanese in Little Saigon, and you have Vietnamese, there's also Korean, and then over here you have Mexican with tacos. And for the vegetarians here, you have this place, Shambhala Lounge Saigon. This actually looks really good. I never expected Vietnam to have such an international presence when it comes to cuisines. It's not on the level as like New York City, but it does have a good presence. Vietnamese signature coffee cocoa. Interesting how all the signs here are in English. It's kind of like they're catering towards the tourists here, or the English-speaking audience. Look, even here, Nova Scotia lobster. How they get lobster from Nova Scotia over to Vietnam, I don't know. Thankfully, there's a traffic light there, and there's red light there, so we can do it easily. I mean, Vietnam has changed so much since I was last here, a year ago. There's so many more traffic lights now. I think it's made it a lot more enjoyable. It looks like a luxury house. This is a Vin Homes Park bus. I see it's advertising Vin Homes Grand Park. Someone was mentioning to me I should go and visit there. It's actually a new development of Vin Homes. Vin Homes is the largest real estate developer in Vietnam. I visited a bunch of their properties when I was here last time. And actually this time too, I went to one called Vin Homes Central Park, which has the tallest building in Vietnam. It's also the second tallest building in Southeast Asia. This is kind of weird because one side here you have no traffic lights, and then the other side you do have traffic lights. So it's not all uniform yet. Just cross now. Most of the restaurants you'll see around Vietnam, they're like this format. They have like less than knee-high tables and short stools. If you're here, you're really going to develop your squatting muscles. You know, I don't really mind those type of tables, but the only thing that really irks me is that it makes it a lot harder to vlog food and do food reviews because you're such at an awkward angle. It's like I'm always looking down at the camera all the time. I'm like sitting down like this, and I have the tripod down here, so all my reviews are like this, and it's just very awkward. Even though I love the food, but it makes it harder to make a proper video. Stormzy asks if I speak a little bit of Vietnamese. Oh, do I speak a bit of Vietnamese? I know some basic phrases. I could be a lot better. We're only a block away from the Opera House. This is the Opera House right here. We're looking at the back of it. And there's a fancy hotel, the Park Hyatt. I don't know how much it costs to stay here. I'm curious. Let's look up Google Maps. The Park Hyatt Saigon 5-star hotel. It's 19,164,000 Vietnamese dong. So let's use the iPhone calculator. Convert. 19,164. Actually, better than I thought. No, wait a second. It's 19 million. What am I saying? Holy smokes. That is a lot of money to stay there. Park Hyatt. Thanks to Mighty Bull for $4.99. Water for you, AK. Thanks to Mighty Bull. Appreciate it so much. Yeah, it's a 5-star hotel. You're getting the best service here, and you're only steps away from the Opera House. Chris Lombardi says, looks so much like NYC minus the palm trees. Well, also the traffic is completely different, as well as the traffic signs. Here, the road signs are a mix of like Chinese and French, I think. Like this one, I think is from the French It means no stopping or parking. You would never see this in the US and most of Canada. I think in Quebec you might see this sign, but it takes some time to get used to seeing the French road signs. This opera house is something else. I love it. And look at this hotel right behind the opera house, the Caravel Hotel. How much does it cost to stay there tonight? And this is a Tuesday. That's also a 5-star hotel. It's a lot more reasonable than the Park Hyatt. This one's only $7 million. So you're paying less than half. That's how much it costs in US dollars. I think what many of you are surprised about is that the basic iPhone calculator can convert currency. This is the most expensive area for Ho Chi Minh City. Right by the Opera House, you have these expensive brands like Louis Vuitton there. This is the Mandarin Oriental. Look at this hotel. Oh no, it's not the Mandarin Oriental, it's the Hotel Continental. I only saw part of it because this plant was in the way, but regardless, it still looks nice. That's the tour bus I went on last year that went around Ho Chi Minh City and showed it. Wait, I've seen this YouTuber around before. I forgot his name, but they're playing one of his videos at the hotel. Okay, here there's no traffic light, so you just gotta cross with faith. Let's go, because now there's no cars. Just gotta do this. I know some people may be scared to cross like that, but it takes some time to get used to. I have 420 watching on YouTube.
Hi.
Hey, nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Oh no, no traffic light. What am I gonna do? No cars. Just walk. Be brave. I would love to do another tour bus ride and record it. It'll be fun. Hey, look, remember I said Mandarin Oriental? It's right here, but it's not open yet. It's coming soon. John Smith says you were going to say get on the tour bus. I do have a tour bus video. You can look it up in my archive. I really give these tour bus drivers props though, because to drive one of these things around Ho Chi Minh City with all these motorbikes and cars takes another level of skill that I didn't think was possible. And we are here at the most famous street in downtown Saigon, Yuan Hue Street. Yikes, the light changed and I was in the middle of the street.
Tình trạng để xe dưới lòng đường hè phố, tình trạng ăn xin, buôn bán hàng rong chở kéo du khách, tình trạng để chuyển người tượng, thổi lửa, trở trượt tán trượt, xe điện không thành, không đảm bảo.
If that happens, by the way, the light changes in the middle of you crossing. I think the vehicles have the right of way, not the pedestrians. So you still have to watch out. Where I'm from in New York, they'll have to wait until I cross. I was here during the daytime if you watched my earlier live streams, but now we have a night vibe here on this famous street. They have the Vietnamese way to say Happy New Year. Chúc mừng năm mới. This is the year of the snake.
Về an ninh trật tự đô thị và vệ sinh môi trường tại phố đi bộ Nguyễn Huệ, đề nghị các tổ chức cá nhân tuân thủ pháp luật, góp phần xây dựng phố đi bộ Nguyễn Huệ an toàn, sạch sẽ, thông minh. Các hành vi vi phạm sẽ bị xử lý nghiêm theo quy định của pháp luật.
I love how they light this whole thing up with the bamboo. This area gets a lot more lively on the weekends, by the way, because even the side streets are closed off to traffic. Catherine Mecanico saying the lighting resembles Las Vegas. Yes, it does have a Las Vegas Strip kind of vibe here. Also kind of reminds me a little bit like Times Square. Michael's saying it says Times Square on the building though, Las Vegas. Yeah, that's another thing too. New York City vibes, anyone? It even has a crystal on the left of Times Square. It kind of reminds me of the New Year's Eve ball, which I was live streaming from in New Year's Eve, and I was even able to go up there and touch it, which is unbelievable to go up to see the Times Square ball. Never too far from New York City, right? And you do have your entertainers here and street performers. Look, giving them money. Look what's gonna happen. I guess they're just staying still for now. No dogs here saying, AK, if you ever go back to Japan, you need to go to Osaka. Guaranteed a good stream and content. I think anywhere I go will be good content. There's so many places throughout the world I'd love to go and see. Over on our left here is the famous Cafe Apartments. One day I'm gonna go in there and make a video. I don't know how many spots I'm gonna be able to visit, but it looks really interesting. Is asking when will we go there. That you're going to have to wait and find out. For it to focus there. Like By the way, this is the Times Square building across the street. We've got a fancy lobby. Can't see the word Times Square from the front though, only from the side. Miss Lombardi asking if it's an office building. It kind of looks like an office building to me, although it could be a hotel. There's a lounge on the bottom here. You know, I am looking on Google Maps. I think this is the Times Square building here. The Reverie Saigon, so it's a hotel. Or maybe it is part hotel and part office building. TJ Ray stayed there. It's a hotel. The hotel has a different name than what it says on the side of the building, which got me confused. It's called the Reverie on Google Maps and Times Square from the side. Gotta make our way to this snake statue, which is, I think, the best thing here. I do wonder how long they're going to keep these decorations up for. Yeah, Callie, my internet connection can get a little bit spotty at times. I know over here it can dip a little bit. It was much better than my first day when I live streamed. Just because I'm using 2 connections now and I'm using some better settings. This statue seems even busier at night now. This is the best angle right here. I think it looks even better at nighttime than it does in the middle of the day. Does anybody want to cross this street tonight? Because I don't think I'm up for it. Let's go back up the street, but on the side here. Even the cross Rinway Street to one side is kind of dicey. Catherine, yes, it's a law to wear helmets here. Even when you hire for hire motorbike service like Grab or B, they make you wear a helmet. I don't think it's required for children under a certain age though, which to me doesn't make sense because you would think they would need the helmet protection more than the adults do. Screw it. I don't know if it's working or not. There's no traffic coming, so we'll just go. Callie, thanks so much for the $5. Appreciate it, Callie. Thanks for watching. I actually hear chimes for the crosswalk here and voices. A lot of cool side shops here. Here's a Korean chicken restaurant called Papa's Chicken. I don't even know what they put in this. Looks like cheese. Hey, when in doubt, just ask ChatGPT, because AI now is amazing for translation. If you haven't tried it yet, you have to. Look at this. All you gotta do is go attach photo and add And it's adding my photo, and then I'm gonna ask, what does this sign mean? I want to know the dishes. I am in Ho Chi Minh City. Go. Let's see what AI does. Look at this. This is incredible. If you ever want to like learn any language or know what stuff is, it gives you interpretations, translations. Look, I said it was cheese. It's melted cheese. Korean style chicken dish with a flavorful sauce. It even has a promotion. I didn't even see the promotion. And we got some super chats. Thank you, Catherine McConical, $5. Enjoy your lives and others. And Christopher Dotson for 99 cents. Appreciate it so much. Thank you. This is such a fancy hotel. The Saigon Prince. Looks a little bit like French inspired. Lobster and crab seafood buffet dinner. You know, I have a friend who's in Saigon right now who may be very interested in this. So I'm gonna snap a picture and send it to him. Wait, is this the same thing? Well, the prices are different though. Oh, this is Thursday. I see. And I'm zoomed in. There we go. Hey, thanks Heidi and Ellie Sapala for the €4. Appreciate it. Thank you for the support. "24 hours 7-Eleven." I thought most 7-Elevens are 24 hours. The only ones I saw that weren't were the ones in Taiwan, because the metro closes at midnight and the 7-Elevens have to close before then. For a place. And if anyone wants Starbucks, you got Starbucks here. They're not the #1 coffee place in Vietnam though. I think in the US Starbucks are pretty common, but not here. Hello. I see this one a lot. Katanat. There's also Highlands Coffee, Win Legend, and there's another one too. I think it's Phuc Long is the other one. Jerry says eating crab and lobsters for 4 hours. After that, you don't have to. You don't have to wait for weeks. You're kind of funny. I don't think you can eat that much. Hello. Yeah, Chubb. This is a insurance company. There's a lot of international companies here. KPMG, that's an accounting firm. Mizuho, I think that's a bank in Japan. I think I even saw Citibank on the side of this building. On the top somewhere, there was a Citibank logo. That's from the US. I don't think they're too big in Vietnam though, Citibank. I see a lot of HSBC. Yeah, there is the Citibank logo here. When I walk far enough away, I'll pan up to it and you can see the Citibank icon. There it is, Citibank, or Citi. I think Citibank is their banking unit, but Citi is for the whole company. Of course, we gotta have the world's most famous restaurant, McDonald's. Although it's so much good food around, I don't know why you'd ever want to order McDonald's. Country-specific foods at McDonald's, because I'm curious what they have. I think I ate at Burger King or McDonald's. No, I think I did eat at McDonald's in Hanoi, but you'll see some exclusive items that you can only find in Vietnam McDonald's, like this matcha and McDonald's. You'll never see this in the United States. How about Vietnamese coffee? And fried chicken at McDonald's. I mean, you might find crispy chicken or chicken McNuggets, but you won't see this. Well, let's see what they have. Let's change the language to English. There's only English and Tiếng Việt, which is Vietnamese. What do they have? Oh, start order. Let's see. Rice. You never see rice in the US McDonald's. Korean barbecue. Bacon teriyaki burger. Of course, you're gonna have the hamburgers and the cheeseburgers. Fried chicken with sauce. Whoa, Korean barbecue and cheese. This is really strange to see at McDonald's. At least the McDonald's I'm used to. Fries. Shake salad? What's a happy chicken bite? They have McWings. I've never heard of McWings before. What? Loops fries? I've seen onion rings, but not loop fries. What about beverages? I mean, we saw the Vietnamese coffee out there. Pineapple yogurt, strawberry yogurt. That's strange to see. What is Milo? I've never heard of it. It looks like chocolate milk. Mass value. Garlic fish sauce fried chicken. Dessert. Ice cream cone. Look, you can get macaroons at McDonald's. Probably because Vietnam has French influence. That's why they carry macaroons. Wow. I may be trying some of those items. I know I said, why would you eat at McDonald's? But I would go to McDonald's for those items, but I wouldn't order hamburger, cheeseburger, Big Mac, like just for the heck of it. Maybe if I'm doing a video, I would, but oh, Milo is a South African drinking chocolate. Huh. Interesting. Hey, thanks Rin Trung for the 49,000 Vietnamese dong. Appreciate it, Rin Trung. Tried a Korean barbecue sandwich in Seoul. I would imagine they'll have Korean barbecue there. It's a strange vending machine. They have it in this construction wall. It's like they have this here and then the vending machine. Catherine says impressive menu at McDonald's. Yeah, when I went to McDonald's in Thailand, they had pho pao chicken. In Taiwan, they had red bean cake, like a apple pie kind of cake. They also had pineapple cake. And then I think they had McTasty. I think I did it on a video, reviewed the McTasty. I think it was pretty good too. Always have to be careful where you step, because it might be a hole like that and you could trip. I don't need another tripping incident. Here's the new Ho Chi Minh City Metro Opera House Station. Yeah, here's another vending machine inside this construction wall. Aquafina for 10,000 dong. Pocari Sweat, which is like their version of Gatorade. I think it's actually from Japan. For 20,000, we have some kind of iced tea here, Red Bull, and Coca-Cola. I'm curious how this works. I do have a 10,000 note here. It's not in the best condition. I want to get a water. Alright, took my money. Now, I guess you just tap on what you want. I guess any of these are waters, so. Timeout, I guess. Oh. Well, I didn't know what it said, but I got my water. Yeah. I'm glad it didn't time out on me. I was kind of worried there. Nice and cold too. Definitely need one of these. Yeah. Daniel's asking what do the water cost? It was 10,000 dong. You can convert that into any currency that you're using. I think in US dollars it might be like 35 cents maybe. Maybe 40 cents. North Carolina 1 saying that's a lot of dongs. Hey, Vietnam, I think, is the second lowest valued currency in the world after the Iranian rial. Believe it or not, I was even looking up the history of the Vietnamese dong. There were two subunits before the dong. They were called the Hao and the Su. And each dong used to be divided into 10 Haos. And I even saw banknotes. There was 1 Hao, 2 Hao, and 5 Hao. This was back in the early 1980s, and the highest denominated banknote at the time was 5 dong. But I think in like 1986 or something, they had a serious bout of inflation. I think the currency went from like 5,000 dong up to 50,000 dong. No, it went up from 500 dong to 50,000 dong, just in a matter of a few years. And I think in the mid-90s they had to print the 100,000 dong. Now the highest denominated banknote is the 500,000. But it just goes to show you what inflation does to a currency. It's hard to believe that there's 3 digits in the lowest denominated banknote and you can't really buy anything with it. It's only used for change. Looks like the mall is closed right now. The lights are all out. Catherine says I'm an encyclopedia. Well, I like to learn about things that are relevant and that I find interesting. Don't want to cross now unless you want to be a road pancake. Now we can cross. almost finished with my water actually. How many milliliters is this water anyway? 500. Jerry says, you're like me, AK, I like to learn things. I think it's always good to learn things. Keeps your mind active. I don't think we truly really stop learning even when we're out of school. Even when I was in school, I like to just learn a little bit about everything from different subjects. I know that sounds kind of weird, but I would just find out, hey, what would have happened if I became like a biology major or an engineer or a lawyer? Just learn a little bit about the topic so you have an idea and you're not lost. But I think that may be kind of my weakness too, because maybe I do learn a little bit about everything and I don't really focus on one thing, so it makes it hard for me to concentrate sometimes. Kind of like what happens when I learn languages. It's like I know a little bit of Spanish, a little bit of Chinese, a little bit of Vietnamese, but I never really delve deeper than that. And even with history too, I could, if I wanted to, I could be like a bookworm and know specific dates and events and go on and on about like someone's biography, but that's not me. To me, to learn too deep, it kind of bores me. And I kind of need like new things to learn, like a variety of topics. Chung asking what's the street. I'm not sure, but we're across the street from Benton Market. Are these rental bikes? They kind of look like it. I wonder how you rent it. I guess if you like unlock it with an app, it'll start moving, but huh. Cody loves to read and do research and learn some of the language like me. When you travel, it's okay to be like that. I guess I'm not the only one. Oh wow, they closed this metro entrance. I guess maybe the metro is closing for the night. We are getting near the closing hours. It's 10:37 right now. This entrance was open when I last used it. Oh cool, they actually have a map here of where it goes. So the farthest I've taken this metro already is to Dalian Station. I have taken it to Zhongvian Vantan, which is Vantan Park Station, and also this one. Unfortunately, the ticket machines won't be operating until May. However, the ticket counter can issue tickets for you. And I was reading that the ticket counters actually accept Visa and American Express for payment methods. And you do get a 1,000 dong discount if you pay with anything other than cash. So that's actually good to know. I might try it the next time I use the metro, pay with my Visa card instead of cash, and I'll get a discount. However, if you do have a MasterCard, it's a lot easier just to tap it at the fare gate. Those lines for the metro at the ticket counter can get quite long. In fact, the last time I wanted to take the metro, I actually skipped out on it because the line was so long at the ticket counter. And I was like, it's gonna take me like 15 minutes just to get a ticket. If I just exit the station and get a taxi, a motorbike taxi, it will be faster. So that's what I did. I just gave up on the metro because it would have taken longer. You wait 15 minutes in line to get a ticket, and then you have to wait another like 10-15 minutes for the metro to get you to your destination. And that's considering you're not stuck between trains and you need to wait for the next one. And I think there could be headways of like 10 minutes or more for the next train. So essentially, you might be waiting like 45 minutes or more just to get to your destination with all that included. Over here they have a New Year advertisement as well as the metro. Anyway, I'm going to wrap up my live stream here from Ho Chi Minh City. I want to thank you all for tuning in tonight. Thanks so much for watching. Hit that like button for me. Subscribe. And I'll see you around next time. Bye. Take care wherever you are. Signing off.